Hello, rock fans. This is Kate from Katie Did Rocks, and I am in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I am at a store called the Enchanted Rock Garden, and we're going to see what we can find. Come along. One of the first things that catches my eye are these selenite selenite wands. And selenite is such an interesting material because it grows so huge. Very cool. One pretty cool thing about this place is that they have lots and lots of variety, and you can buy individual little rocks by the piece. So it's really kind of designed for people who are wanting to maybe start their rock collection, or they have children who just love rocks. And so you can pick up a piece of moonstone or a piece of rhodochrosite, zebra stone, and the prices are really good. It's only like $1 for each of these little stones, so you could really make yourself a nice little package. Oh, look at what these are. Montana agates. Those are pretty. What's got up here? Fancy jasper. Fancy jasper from India is really nice. There's must be a bird store next door. I can hear bird chirps. Labradorite. Can't even read. Labradorite's interesting because it has the shine is only in one specific direction. You can see like there, right on the edge is probably where the direction goes of the flash, and so it can look like just a plain old gray rock, and then you turn it the right way and it's whoosh. Really pretty. Some nice fluorite. Unitite. These tumbled rocks are just lovely. They're all pretty small. What's this? Smoky quartz. This is petrified wood. This must be like Arizona petrified wood. Nice. You know how I love that. Some rhodonite. Like maybe this is obsidian. This is snowflake obsidian. Patch of tears. Ooh, this is what they look like tumbled. I have a ton of these that my dad collected, and I need to figure out how to tumble them so that they can be all pretty. Ooh, peridot, 25 cents each. That's beautiful. Dig through there and see if I can get something for Jim. Not sure what these are. They're pretty though. And then this is leopard stone. I've been working really hard on my stone identification because I realized after last year's Tucson event that I knew almost nothing about stuff outside of Montana. So with the help of some folks at Highland Park, I've been every week kind of studying world rocks. Tourmaline these are. Build your own box of treasures. I do love these quartz clusters. Although I guess I better be careful not to drop them. Isn't that pretty? $485. That would be a very expensive accident. Oh, this one's only $80. Gosh, isn't that pretty? That's just beautiful. It looks sort of like, it reminds me of the city that Superman lived in on Krypton. Can't remember what the city is called, but it seems like it was made out of crystals. Up on this shelf, they've got beads. These are kunzanite beads. They look kind of like that. Lots and lots of different beads. You can buy them individually for your rock making needs, your jewelry making needs. I guess you're not making rocks. That is kind of cool. There's a focus bead. Got some pearls, freshwater pearls, I'm guessing those are. Ooh, we've got some very, very gaudy dyed agate or something here. Not a fan. Oh, everybody has different tastes, however. So, tiger iron from Australia. It's tiger iron. This one looks more like maybe okay. Huh. That looks like it could be tide pattern, maybe. Ooh, these are neat. Doesn't have a label on them, so I'm not sure what they are. This is the bead section. I'm trying not to knock anything over. There. They have a lot of calcite here. Lots of different colors of calcite, like all the colors of the rainbow. And this is something called homquisite, according to the sign, which is from China. Look at that. I wonder if those are saginite sprays, or if they're fossils of some kind. I think this feels really heavy and somewhat metallic, so I'm leaning towards sprays. I don't know. Ooh, and these. Look at those. Those are Dugway thunder eggs. Wow, those are just gorgeous. I feel that I need to go to this place and find some thunder eggs. Look at that. The druzy inside the pocket, and it's just incredible pattern. And the agate itself. Wow. There's another one here. And these are nice and polished on the face. Looks like $2.45 for the pair. Whoa, that's so pretty. Look at, there's blue in there even. Yeah, thumbs up on that one. This is some rose quartz from Brazil, and it's a little bit different color than the rose quartz I'm used to. It's sort of more purpley. That's neat. And then I was talking about the fluorite of all different colors. This stuff is like such a bright apricot that it just almost blows your eyes out. It's too bad fluorite is so soft, because I really like the colors it comes in. This stuff is pyrite. Iron pyrite is also called fool's gold, because it looks kind of golden and pretty. I think it's really a neat material. This is kyanite from Brazil. Kyanite is a kind of blue tourmaline, and I really think it's pretty. And then up here, some more selenite, but this one is in a rose pattern. These are called desert roses. Someday I want to find some of these myself. This place is super hopping. It's a Saturday, so I guess maybe that's a good day to come for people. But I'm a little surprised at how busy it is. Look at this. Lake Superior Agates. Whoa. That one's probably got a pattern in it. That's neat. It's the first time I've ever touched Lake Superior. No, that's not true. I have some at home. I don't have a lot of experience with the LSAs, though. Whoa, look at that. Neat. I think there's a bucket back there that also has rocks in it that look a lot like this one. I'm betting that's what they are. Wow. Might have to pick some of those up. See if I can find some good ones. Here's another crystal that I think is just lovely. It's called celestite, and it just has this really gorgeous kind of heavenly blue pattern. I just think it's so pretty. Heavenly blue color is what I was trying to say. Wow, just look at that. You know, I could tell what this is just by the color. This is sulfur coming straight out of the ground. And that is absolutely a sulfur color, isn't it? Some diopside. Ooh, dry head agate. That is nice. Very cool. Just 45 bucks for that. That's a heck of a price. That's a really good price. Dry head agate kind of doesn't, you can't get it anymore. There's some, looks Brazilian agate. Brazil has so many different agates, and they're, you know, huge, just huge agates. This is really super light, like must be some kind of volcanic tuff. Oh, this chrysocolla maybe on here? $16 for that little piece. Ooh, and look at this carnelian. Look at that, with the druzy pocket in there. These palm stones are so cool. I love palm stones. I learned in Tucson that these amethyst towers are called cathedrals, and they're so pretty. And then this is a big old piece of charolite. This is actually a pretty good price for that. Oh wait, $385. Haha, I was thinking it was $38.50. $385. This stuff comes out of Russia, and so it is very hard to get right now, because you know, Russia. Oh, I'm excited. I just bought a bucket of Lake Superior agates, and they're, you know, they're probably like not high grade or anything like that, but I definitely have never had any of those before, so I'm looking forward to going through them and cutting some of them and seeing what we can find. Heck of a deal. These are Brazilian, I think. Ooh, here's a Fairburn agate from South Dakota. I want to find some of those too. I've never looked for the Fairburns before, but I definitely would like to. I'm learning about other kinds of agates in the world besides Montana's. And these Mexican agates, well, condor is actually from South America somewhere, but Mexico has all of these fantastic agates that I'm, you know, the Laguna and the Coyamito, and then we have some from Malawi that are little tiny nodules that almost always have stuff in them, like the Alamajo, Maho, and the Gambiri. So I'm definitely know more about agates now than I did before. Not that that's saying too much at all, but I do love them. Here's some more of those Dugway geodes. You know, I am just absolutely gonna have to go find some of these. Wow. And then this is more kyanite from Brazil. Isn't that pretty? I love blue rocks. This stuff is, I would have guessed this was blue goldstone, but it says that it's specular hematite, which is also called starstone. And so that is really gorgeous. And then this here is a chrysanthemum stone, which is radial celestite. Ah, oh, that is so cool. I'm pretty sure this is rhodochrosite, but I get it mixed up with the other rhodo something or other. So if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. Look at this malachite. I love those eyes. It's really nice. This is all these little bumps they were botryoidals, and they just like sanded them down, ground them down, and that's what it did. Really nice. Up behind all these other things is a big old dinosaur bone. And this particular rock, well, I can't remember what it's called, but they're found in this shape, this kind of missile shape, and they're red and brown, and you know, in this kind of pattern, and they're sold just as is. They're kind of already pre-tumbled and everything, but this one's been carved into Ganesh, which I love Ganesha. This is dioptase with some malachite. It's got a little museum box in it. You know, this isn't a huge place compared to some, but it is spectacular how much they have here. Just rocks and, you know, almost everything you can imagine. This is chrysocolla from Peru, and it is just, the blue is just kind of stunning. Beautiful. Here's some bismuth. One of these days I want to grow my own bismuth because I think it's just such a cool material. This is something that is not natural. It is made in a lab or in the kitchen, but it uses natural materials and they react and create these awesome kind of abstract shapes. Some nice coral. Wow. This is from Arkansas. It's called Purple Mist Aura Quartz. And it has just this kind of sheen to it that's just really spectacular. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see if we can find another piece. This is more of a druzy piece. Beautiful. Look at these teeny tiny little ammonites. Those are so cool, and they're all made into these triangles. That's really neat. Be great jewelry. Some great fossils. So, shark tooth, megalosaurus, a fossil salamander. Wow. Trilobites. I do love trilobites. This fossil fish isn't nearly as flat as some of them are. The ones I've seen are just kind of two-dimensional. This one's really got a lot of space. And look at, there's a fossil lobster even. That's amazing. Speaking of ammonites, look at this. A lot of these ammonites are from Morocco and that area. And they must have had tons of them because they come out and they're polished and beautiful and whole. We have ammonites in Montana, but they're harder to find. We usually just find little pieces. These little sutures, these little segments come out and they've got these sutures in them. And so that's what we find. Sometimes we find a whole one, but very, very rarely. Some beautiful blue chalcedony from Namibia. Blue stones are fairly unusual in the world, so I always enjoy them when I see them. That's really pretty. Now we're going to take a look at some of the fluorite they have here. It's just so incredibly beautiful. Celestite, beautiful. And check this out. Isn't that neat? Ammonites. And these must be baculites or possibly, gosh, what are they called? Belemnites. Probably belemnites. And some more calcite. Check this ball out. This is petrified wood. Beautiful. This is just beautiful. Druzy quartz and agate. It's called diving dolphins. It's kind of sea colored, coming up from the water. That's very beautiful. That's a nice one. And then this is some more crystal clusters, but it's just a big one. And then take a look at this one. Isn't that something? See, here's an example of one of those that is not carved. There's a sign on the other side here. I'll see if I can get the name. That can't be right. Those are krenite balls from the other side. Anyway, they have a specific name and they come like this. This is not shaped in any way except for by nature, and I just think they're very cool. I will, of course, look this up so that I can have at least their name on the screen when I'm showing it to you, because I really do like them. Here's one of my favorites, Arizona petrified wood. Look at the gloss on this piece. And it's so big, too. I warned my students I might come back with 50 pounds of rocks, and that's not quite true. But it is 20 pounds. They have a bucket of Lake Superior agates here that I just said, let me have the whole bucket. I think this is probably some kind of ironstone. It's super heavy. So I'm actually really anxious to go through these. I think they've been high graded, so they're probably not like super awesome or anything like that. But look at that. There's even stuff like this. I mean, that's nice. You could bake something out of that. The price was right. And so was I. Can't wait to go through all these. Interesting. Just looking at this, well, it's got some lines in it, doesn't it? It looks softer than an agate, though, so it might be some other kind of maybe metamorphic rock or something. Anyway, I'm excited. This is going to be really fun to go through this and see what I can find. It's just like having my own movable beach. Look at the bots on that one. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well, that's going to be fun. One of the reasons I'm excited to get my hands on this material is because I really haven't handled or even seen in person a lot of Lake Superior agates. And one of these days, Jim and I are going to take a trip over to the Great Lakes region.
What a great treat for myself. I'll be showing you these in future videos. Anyway, thanks for coming along. This is Kate from Katey Did. Keep on doing.